Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Lift off and the clock has started.
007.
Ah!
Scares me every
I not
time.
only scared myself, but I scared none of you. I imagine you guys were.
No, I was spooked.
Oh, thank you. I was also not by my own volition, but sometimes it's like when wind blows too hard and it hits you right in the eye and you start tearing up. You're like, I'm not crying. It's just the wind.
But then
Like,
your
that
friends are
happens to
standing
me,
next to
you
you,
know?
and they're like, "Why are you crying?"
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody like slugs you in the arm. God, I hate that feeling. Anyway, this is an episode of Under Further Review. This is episode number 7. You can't see that because this is an audio audio format. But I held up my hands in the numbers of 7. With double or 007. Has anybody seen the new 007 yet?
Yeah, this is the No Time to Die review podcast.
Extreme spoilers. You got suckered into it.
Yeah. I rather enjoyed it.
Yeah,
saw
how
it?
was it?
It was good.
Nice.
Solid conclusion to the Bond arc, or Daniel Craig arc.
That's Lucas mentioned it because he saw it a little bit, but he said it sounds like they're definitively moving, like they're just gonna do what they have always done and 007
Start all over.
we'll just start over with a new person as Bond or whatever.
Are the
Reckon
rumors true that I heard someone say there's going to be a female Bond?
Well, there was a female Bond in the movie. It was not a Bond. It was the code name 007.
Oh, okay.
That makes
So
sense.
they didn't say, "Oh, this is
No,
Jeanette Bond" or something.
no, she just took
Hi,
over
my
his
names Jeanette
code
Bond.
name. Jamiswa.
They try to
Bond.
make that her new catchphrase. It's no longer Bond James Bond. It's "Hi, I'm Jeanette Bond." Like a newscaster voice.
Hiya. I think hiya. Hiya.
Maybe she has a Wisconsin accent. That'll be fun.
Oh, geez, I'm Jeanette Bond.
Don't you know?
All right. Well, this is not a Bond podcast. You know it. We know it. We're talking about fucking playlists. Okay. We started off. A few of us have already aired some of our guilties, some of our
Dirty laundries.
perhaps our more hidden tracks.
I mean, we could have done this as a Bond podcast where we each did our 5 favorite Bond theme songs.
I mean, you could actually.
But yeah,
But today it's time for Dusty and Jameson to air their it's just it's guilty laundry, really. I mean, is it just like a piece of laundry that has like some poo poo on it or something?
No,
Is
it's
that guilty
laundry. It's the laundry you leave in the washing machine because you're too lazy to get up to change it over, and it gets all smelly and mildewy. So you have to just rewash it.
You get to
No
run that
joke,
again.
dude. This I lived with 2 pieces of shit for about a year, and one of them left their fucking clothes in the wash, and it literally just started. I had no idea what was happening because I barely was there, and it was it eventually stunk up the entire fucking part of the house that it was
So
associated
gross.
with, and then the dumbass just tried to fucking dry them,
Oh,
it was nothing, and it fucking stunk up the dry. It was weird. It was anyway, mad beef there. But once again, I would say that's a dirtbag kind of move, and
sure.
I sure. I think that kind of takes us right to where Dusty thinks it's headed. Right into the first track of your podcast, my friend, or your playlist, my friend. We got Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus.
Beatus.
So why is
all-time classic?
Yeah, this just gets you right in the bones.
Oh yeah, it's just this classic shitty one-hit wonder.
Dude.
Year 2000. I think they literally made this song for the movie Loser with Jason Biggs.
Yeah, big classic.
Because if you ever watch this music video, it's like there's that time where you would have a heavily featured song in a movie, and the music video would feature characters in the movie and scenes and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
That was such an early 2000s, late 90s thing. But throughout the video, there's like Jason Biggs just being a nerd.
Yeah, dude, I wonder if that's true. This song, I mean, dude, I banged this song as soon as it was on your playlist. I was like, I fuck with this.
Oh, it's one of those things where I think it was a few Christmases ago when we all went to Wally's because it's Christmas night. And I think I went on the Touchstones and put this song on like 3 times in a row. It's just one of those things you have to do. Yeah, like, and if you ever do karaoke somewhere, this is one of my go-to songs.
Dude, I've never done this song as karaoke, but I definitely should, man. Fucking hell, that's a good idea.
Especially at the end when the girls, when Mina Savari's part comes in, she's singing.
This is actually Shayna's go-to karaoke song. I've never seen her do karaoke and not do Teenage Dirtbag.
I think I've discussed this with her before as well.
Probably.
Guy, what are the general reactions to Teenage Dirtbag?
So I had like totally forgot about this song until I saw it on the playlist, and I was amazed by how annoying the guy's voice is. Like, it is just relentless how annoying his voice is. But it's like, I mean, it totally fits the bill of a early 2000s pop rock song. So, yeah.
Totes. It's Caleb. What about you? You loved it, didn't you?
Well, there are 2 things that I really fucking hate. One of them you guys already know about. But those 2 things are pop punk and karaoke. So I'm glad y'all are smiling and having a good time, but I'm going to go outside and not be a part of it. I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now.
It hasn't aged well for you, eh?
Nope. It aged like a jar of Jankum.
So perfect.
Well,
Yeah, but that's actually that's the direction you want, right?
No, I'm not red
Pop
shirting.
fermenting.
Pop that lid off and tell me that stank ain't good.
Smell that jank.
It's not.
At Old Heart Radio, we do not endorse Jankum use, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Not until we have our own brand of Jankum. That we can give
Everyone
our
has their own brand.
I like where this is headed. I like we'll have personalized different
flavors.
What have I done?
berry crunch, man. Berry crunch.
Oh god.
Oops, it's all berries.
Oops, all berries. Yeah. All right. No. We gotta divert.
Corn flavor.
Anyways, I really like this song.
Corn. Yeah, dude, you got the feels from it.
Yeah, I like it. However, Jameson and Caleb are definitely gonna. This guy's voice is what I imagine all pop punk sounds like to Caleb, because it is really grating, and I don't like his voice.
It's accurate.
Pretty terrible, but I mean, it's a classic 2000s pop punk song. Of course, I like it.
Some goats.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Dusty, you mentioned that it was like possibly tied to the movie Loser. It reminds me of there's this like Sugar Cult song that's like like totally tied to the music videos, all about like Van Wilder or whatever.
Oh yeah,
It's like definitely from that same era.
That was such an odd thing to do, but it worked, I guess.
I guess it worked. I can't tell if Nick's frozen or if he's just making a face.
He's doing statues.
He's
No, he keeps freezing.
Oh, am I freezing?
Yeah.
His face.
Oh my god.
God damn
Jameson, did you put this on at work, by the way? The Teenage Dirtbag?
Did I turn it on at work?
Yeah. Did you?
Would I turn? Well, I mean, it's not offensive enough to where I would be afraid to listen to it with others. So sure, yeah, I could see this being played at work, but this isn't something I would choose to listen to.
If it came on, you'd let it.
I would
ride.
let it play through for sure.
I think you should just leave this playlist on all day, one day at work.
Well,
'Cause it gets weird.
Dude.
Not as much
There's some
weird,
turns, there's
just
some turns.
probably lack of dignity.
Who needs dignity, right?
Dignity's a thing of the past, man. I got it's. Well, what about let's dive into the next song, man. So we got Ben Platt, "You Will Be Found."
So this is from the musical Dear Evan Hansen. I don't know if you all went and saw that as soon as it came out a couple weeks ago.
No.
Nope. I did
No?
not.
No, what's it about?
It's kind of dark. It's about this kid who's like tropey movie anxiety or musical anxiety, like can't talk to anybody bullshit. And then he basically he broke his arm, and this kid who's like also like a fuck up and drug addict, former drug addict, decided to sign his cast for him, and then the kid killed himself the next day. And like part of this guy's thing is where he has to write notes to himself, and he's also like obsessed with this guy's sister, and so he kind of mentioned her in there, and so it made it seem like this kid who killed himself wrote the note to the main character, and his parents found it and thought that he was his best friend for some reason, because they're like, oh, we didn't know he had friends. And it's just this whole web of lies that just unravels, where he builds this fake friendship. And he's honestly, don't touch on this, but he's a sociopath. Like,
That's fucking gnarly.
where he ends up then dating the sister, and it's just
Yeah, in a different context, like if you frame that in just slightly different lens, like a slightly different lens, that becomes a horror movie.
yeah. If you
Like-
take out the musical, I don't think somebody recut the trailer to make it seem like a music or a horror
Was there
movie.
somebody thumping their chest at some point in the movie?
I don't think
Like Marky Mark of Fear.
But it's based off a
Like,
musical from 2016, and it was like the biggest musical of the time. What's funny is this Ben Platt guy plays the main character. He's actually 30, trying to play a high school senior.
Oh, I love that. That was like the
Riverdale
same thing with
rules.
Tokyo Drift, I think.
Yeah, and it's because he was like the original guy from the musical on Broadway, so they're like, oh, we'll bring him back. But no, it was a catchy musical tune.
It does have, it swells, it definitely, it's I don't know. It gets you in the feelers at the right moment. I will say that, man. Like I had like listening through this, a few different like points in the day and whatnot. Like sometimes it just hit me a little bit. I was like, oof, I appreciate that, Ben. I appreciate.
I always appreciated musicals just from doing them in
But-
high school, so I tend to like those show tunes a little bit more just from being a part of them and understanding what goes into that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point too, man. Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was a decent pick on there. What about the rest of you, though?
Oh, they're gonna eviscerate this.
I think Dusty summed it up perfectly last episode when he said Jameson hates this theatrical bullshit. And, yeah, you hit the nail on the head last week, and I'll just add it right into this one. I mean,
You sure you didn't play this at work for all your
all my coworkers.
middle-aged blue-collar coworkers?
No,
That's the perfect setting for this, though.
They don't like
think it
show
would-
tunes?
I think it would ramp them. Like everything is just on such high level of pissed off right now with vaccine mandates and stuff. If I put this on, there would be some like fucking people on the floor getting beaten up, and it would just be bad. It would be really bad. You
will be
really
found
piss them
dead.
off.
on the floor.
The playing
maybe
of
it
this
brightened their
song
day.
somehow sparks the fucking like the
The
purge.
apocalypse, the empire apocalypse.
Like a church scene in Kingsman.
Michael Douglas in, what was that, Postal or Falling
Oh
Down?
my god, dude. Yeah, it's Falling Down, right? Is that
Falling
the name of
Down.
that movie? That
Yeah.
movie is fucking nuts. What about you, Caleb? How about you?
I'm not like a huge fan of musical theater, but it's definitely something I appreciate because, like, I mean, especially when it's live. But anyway, that's not really applicable here. I thought it was like pretty and well performed, but really fucking sad. And I remember like being like, oh, I'm kind of worried about Dusty. I hope he's okay. but it wasn't bad. I mean, not my cup of tea, but
Well,
not bad. It's fine.
See, you just open yourself up to that experience. And, you know. What about you, Nick? Did you open yourself up?
No.
No, I closed myself the fuck off. What's your beef with this song?
It's show tunes, man. I'm just not a fan of show tunes. Like there's a couple I like. I mean, Jesus Christ Superstar is super good. That's honestly the only one that comes to mind right now. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Broadway style show tunes. As much as I do love that theatrical bullshit. This is the wrong theater for me.
That's the wrong theater. Fair enough, man. Yeah, it does. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like it just hit me at different times, you know. So, but I'll say this, man. The next track on the list is always something I can jam to.
For sure.
What is it, Dusty? What's the next track on the list?
Macy Gray's hit "I Try."
Oh, dude, there's just something about Macy Gray's weird voice.
Yeah. She sounds like she like just drank a bunch of milk, and she's kind of like at the milky throat.
Oh, gross.
You know what I'm talking about.
I love that. Yeah, totally. Milk
got
throat.
You know.
She's got that phlegm rattle.
Yeah, but it works. She's a sassy, you know, soulful woman.
I just think two things. This song's legit. Oh, where'd Nick go? And
I don't know, he froze.
Bandwidth died.
And I can't. I always have to like plug Macy Gray's awesome cameo in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Where was she?
She's playing at this like giant fair event in the movie where the Green Goblin attacks, and it's like
is
all
that during
centered.
the parade?
Yeah, it's all centered
Thanksgiving Day
around
parade?
Macy Day giving like a performance.
Yeah.
It's legit.
No,
But-
this song takes me back to like 2001, maybe when it came out.
Yeah.
Watching TRL after school,
Mm-hmm.
but it just cuts
man.
deep.
Was Carson Daly
Just
doing that?
catchy.
Still on MTV then?
Yeah. I think they played this a lot that day, right around September 11th as well, when they didn't want to put real content on MTV, so
Oh
they were
my
just playing music
God.
videos.
Just I try over and over again.
Either that or like, you know, fucking Nickelback.
Yeah, that's very strange. I would not predict this as a good September 11th song, just off the top of my head.
Yeah. Some would debate that.
But
Yeah, I feel like it's yeah, what do I want to say about this song? Definitely nostalgic. I mean, it got so much radio play that's when like that was all you listened to was the fucking radio or MTV or stuff. I hadn't really formed my own musical choice at that point. So you heard this song a lot, but
KWWW.
it's not, I'll say it's not a bad song. It's fine.
Did you put this on during the pre-riots at your work?
yeah,
Maybe this would calm everybody down a
it
little bit.
soothe everybody just a bit,
Mhm.
Just a touch.
just
Maybe-
enough,
Maybe they
Yeah.
could try to deal with the mandates.
dude. There's the boy. I feel like Nick. What do you feel about Macy Gray's "I Try"?
This is the one song on this playlist that I just kept coming back to because
Yeah,
this
boy.
song is excellent. I can't help it. Like, how can you not like this song? It's Macy Gray. Her voice is wonderful. It's just a nice little song. I like it.
I love it. Caleb, what about you though?
It's fine.
Do you like
too.
that milk throat?
That's a horrible thing to say to anyone.
Give you some milk throat.
I'm not going to answer that. I
See, that's how I felt too, Caleb, because I didn't want to say
Thank you.
I don't like it or I do like. It's just like indecisive. This is an indecisive song.
Yeah, it's fine. It's nostalgic. It actually always makes me think of The Office because Andy sings it, and I have to say I liked his cover better.
Yeah, like the Ed Helms version.
Yeah, I do actually. Macy's awesome. She's like she's super unique, and you can always tell it's her. But if I'm being real critical, which I always am, I feel like, at least from what I've heard, I'm not saying she isn't capable of like doing a lot more, but I feel like she kind of coasts on like, I have a unique voice. I'm not really gonna, but it's also her style too, like to kind of be a little, pulled back and smooth and whatever. But I don't know. It's just like, do something more. Like, explore your range. What do you got? Like,
Who do you think would win in a fight, Macy Gray or Tracy Chapman?
Dude,
Ed Helms.
Fast Car is a real banger. No one gets
Dude.
that because on the next Guilty Pleasure, I'm taking Fast Car.
Dude, it's
So,
yours, man.
dude,
I'm taking it.
I'm with
The
you.
only
on
reason
that,
I put this song on here because I heard it in Safeway like a month ago or whatever, and was like, God, I forgot about this song.
dude. What are you talking about? Are you talking about "Misery Business" by Paramore?
No, Macy Gray's I Try.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. That would be Macy Gray is a
Oh,
great.
in a
It's a
grocery
great.
store?
Is
Yeah.
a great
Just
produce
reminded me of it. I was
perusing
like, oh,
track.
Shit, I forgot
okay.
about that song.
Fuck, we lost Jared.
No.
Oh.
Wait, he's back.
Is he
Yeah,
back?
It looks like I'm back.
Welcome.
Yeah, everything's kind of off and on, getting a little strange. There's kind of like a quasi. It's getting kind of windy over here for a little. It seems like, but anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't mind this track whatsoever. But mentioning Paramore, the next track, Dusty, I will say was the first time I've ever intentionally listened to Paramore. That's like,
It's too
like-
bad.
yeah,
missing out.
I guess I've just never there was all that hype when they were around for the most part, and like it was something I just like. I guess I just let it blow right off of me. I was like, I'm not digging in. I'm not taking the bite. But
That's kind of actually how I felt when they first were around. But this song,
I will say this song though definitely is like, it sends you right back to that time frame. You know what I mean? Which is strange for like never. I mean, I'm sure I've heard it before. It sounds really familiar when I first listened to it and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. Paramore. It's a guilty pleasure. I can feel.
that's exactly what this song is. Misery Business. It's just catchy, dumb pop punk.
Yeah. Is this kind of pop punk that Caleb likes?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I will say this. I've seen Paramore live. I think that they played a good show. They did their thing. I didn't enjoy it. Never have.
Just to make it clear.
I thought that Haley Williams is kind of a douche. I will give them some credit though, because their version of this bullshit is better than Olivia Rodrigo's version of it, which is essentially just a direct ripoff.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but she gave him song credit. So.
Yeah, she had to. She paid him a lot of money. But
What
I
is
don't know.
music without influence?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes to show like how it is a classic song from that time, but that I was born in the wrong time. I wish I was like in high school like nowadays, because I would be exposed to better music. But whatever. Anyway, I'm ranting. No, I don't like it. I don't like pop punk. I don't like Paramore. She's a good singer. It's got some really great melodies in it, but it angers me because it is so catchy. It gets stuck in your fucking head, and then it just lives there. And I'm a little angry at you right now, Dusty, but not
That's
really.
exactly why it's a guilty pleasure. That's like the entire definition of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say this is my favorite on your list, and I honestly I listen to this song semi regularly. So
Yeah, it
Say
pops
whatever
up
you
a
like.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It pops up
it's-
a lot on my playlists. And I'm like, I'll just
Yeah.
keep listening.
And I too have seen Paramore live. They played Warped Tour the last year. It was at the Gorge, and
Oh.
their guitar player, he had like an orange half stack, and it kept cutting out like the entire set. So it was just like there's no guitar for almost all of their set, which was pretty disappointing. But
Yeah.
but no, I really enjoy this song, and I always have, even back in the day when it was not trendy for our group to say that we would enjoy this. I still liked this song back then. So
Well, they fit right in with like, band on your list, James.
oh yeah, and,
and-
on yours,
Yeah, totally. Like that's what I mean. Just like they're very representative of that like
I would say
time
like
in pop emo music.
yeah,
whatever you
pop
wanna call
emo,
it.
and it's like Paramore, Fallout Boy, and Panic at the Disco is like
Yep.
the holy trinity. I'd say.
Obscene girl. punk,
Yeah,
pop
for
punk.
sure.
Nick, what about you, man? Are you a Paramore Paramoreite? What are they called? What are super fans called?
I have no idea. I wasn't aware that was a thing.
I don't know either.
I don't think this song belongs on this playlist because there should be no guilt at all
Oh, I didn't
in
know
relation
this
to
at all.
it. This song is just a pleasure. I didn't actually hear it until like maybe 5 years ago for the first time. I didn't hear it when it was coming out, and I was like, oh man, this song's fucking good. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know it was Paramore. It was just a really cool song that kept coming up in my like Spotify listens or whatever. And somehow I avoided hearing it for like the 10 years that it was out prior to that. But it's a really good song.
Yep.
Super catchy. It's just a good one.
It lives in
Thumbs
your
up.
head like a
Keeper and Roper.
you
Two
know,
thumbs up.
some sort of like parasitic worm. It's like that thing that Khan puts in the ears of the Star Trek crew in Wrath of Khan. It's a it's a date.
I don't know how you
I
missed.
haven't seen that movie since
this.
I was a child.
I don't know how I missed it either, man. I probably feel more attached to it if I did, but yeah, like I said, I mean, like I just remember back in the day, like it just like I don't know, like I knew, like yeah. Anyway, I don't know, missed me, but what about the next track, guys? So I'm kind of, you know, how some of you guys are talking about not being like a guilty pleasure, Paramore not being a guilty pleasure. Like that's how I feel about this next track. Like once in a lifetime, Talking Heads. Guys,
yeah, I guess it's not necessarily a guilty pleasure, but
I will dispute
It's a
that
fucking-
because I've liked this song for a long time, and I always thought it was just a good song. And so there's like I was at my sister's once, we were having a barbecue, and this came on, and about halfway through, everyone at the barbecue turned to me and like, what the fuck is this song? This is horrible. I fucking hate it. It's so much shit. But I'm right with you there, Dusty. This is a great song. I very much enjoy it.
I like what is this? It's like David. I can't remember his last name. But he's like the Talking Heads guy.
oh my
He's got a couple other really good songs, like Psycho Killer is a really good one.
yeah.
But I don't know. I always like the weird like commentary narrator voice in this song.
Yeah, like this. I don't know. It's like this, like not like lazed, but it's just like an unenthused sort of like presentation to it, sort of. And I've recently particularly really been digging it, but I think it kind of stems from like having listened to this song, like you know, multiple, you know, just in iterations, but for so long. Like I kind of like referencing that vocal style. It's sort of just like I don't know. Something that kind of hits home for me. Like
Are there
you
many
put
other
that-
artists with that kind of style?
dude, check out
mean, I
Proto
could-
Martyr, man. Like,
Proto Martyr? Like the only thing I could think of that might have been equivalent would be like Short Skirt Long Jacket by Cake.
Okay,
But he's like, this is way more enthusiastic than Cake.
yeah, totally, and it's way more
Duran Duran.
enthusiastic than like things you'd find with Proto Martyr. But Proto Martyr is more of like a modern version. It's like this over like post punk,
Interesting.
but like the dude this like who's singing that is just like completely unenthused. Anyway, no, it's not unenthused. It's just like a different style. Anyway, I really dig this track. Jameson, come on. You gotta think that this has gotta like have a place somewhere with the guys at your work though. This is
I
a great
think
way
this-
to test tracks.
This would probably play. I would think so. I mean, I don't know though. I mean, pop country for 90% of the hangar is really the ideal music. So maybe
upset
not
the balance too
everyone.
much.
Yeah.
Gotta hit him with some more Luke Combs.
Yeah.
I'm sure the song plays once a day, like on the Quake or whatever, like on the classic
It
rock
does.
station. So
Yep, that's true.
Actually, this is where my opinion of this song comes from. When I first discovered rock and roll, I didn't really have a whole lot of access to it. And I was like, man, this kind of music is sweet. And the only way I could really find new stuff to listen to, or like, you know, not new stuff, but where I could like discover new like classic rock type acts was either on the Quake or on the Rock 106.7.
Yeah. Which isn't
Wenatchee.
even a station anymore.
Nope.
it's a Hispanic station now.
Yeah.
And the reason 106.7 failed as a radio station is because they never actually played any goddamn rock and roll. They would play like Air Supply and the Carpenters and songs like this, but it's not rock and roll.
I'll give you that.
To me, like my 13-year-old brain or whatever it was, thought this was the most bullshit style of music that could have ever existed. So I
prog
acknowledge
rock.
that this is a good song. However, that whole style, like that whole side of music from that era, just really irritates the shit out of me because the Rock 106.7 did the one they couldn't do the one thing they were supposed to do.
Damn
Just
you,
play rock and
Rock.
roll.
106.7.
Yeah, they ruined the Talking Heads for me.
Dude, fucking fools, man.
I
Good
mean,
song.
I'm kind of with Jameson's family at the barbecue. I was like, what is this?
It is.
It was unenthusiastic, and I was unenthusiastic about it. And as you guys know, I am not a fan of that like spoken word testifying kind of thing. It's like, all right, let's just sing something, or it's an instrumental. I don't know, unless you got some real cool shit to say, like, all right, is Mos Def telling me some shit right now? No, it's Talking Heads. I'm sorry. I've been drinking White Claw. I'm feeling a little sassy, but
You're laying down the law.
How
man.
it
was
just didn't do it for me.
how are chanting songs better than this?
I don't know. I'm weird. I'll be the first to admit. But honestly, out of all of the whole playlist, I like this one the most because there are some cool Talking Head songs. They're a unique kind of thing, and you know, not my favorite example of them, but yeah, I'm not going to totally shit on the Talking Heads.
That's fair. Okay, well that brings us to the surprise guest track. Maybe Nick can introduce this one for us.
Oh wait, I know
our
this
sponsor.
one. Hi everyone, I'm Nick. I have a music project called String Lights, and we've mentioned this about 100 goddamn times now. So just go to my Spotify and listen to the docs. I'm not gonna tell you again.
You are.
I'm probably gonna tell you again.
That
You
went a
heard
lot
it.
smoother than last week's drop, Nick.
Yeah, I had technical difficulties.
That's what we're calling it.
Listening to that really fucking cracked me up because I thought the whole time, oh man, his computer is really fucking up on this. This sucks for him. And then
He did kind of freeze for a second there.
Yeah.
So
So
his brain froze.
Zoom. So I got confused because it was also like Zoom was like tripping out too, and
Zoom
it was just like
was acting
zipping
weird.
random people onto the camera, and I thought people were like trying to get my attention. It's very strange.
Well, you heard it here again. Get on there.
Docs.
Listen to the
Do it.
docs.
Get
String
my play
lights.
numbers up. Put me on your playlist so that I can be recommended for other playlists. Put me on a synthwave playlist because those are the only people that are gonna like my bullshit.
Synthwave.
But don't get the synthwave
It
razors.
bangs up, man. Again, I like it's got some energy to this song. I fucking dig it, man. I was like, when I was listening to this, opening up the shop this morning, and this song hit, I was like, yes, I'm fucking moving, man.
At first, I was at the.
Also, I drank
gym.
some espresso, like, and by the time it came on, I was just like,
I
I
was at
played the
gym
ending at a Guitar
today,
Center
and,
today on a Strandberg, which was a very nice moment for me.
Beautiful.
I got to play one of my own releases on a guitar at a Guitar Center.
Did they ask you to leave?
hell yeah.
They did. They kicked me out as soon as they heard it. They're like, nope, none of that.
They're cracking down on Guitar Centers these days.
It's a conspiracy. They hate string lights.
Give me your best and your worst on Dusty's. I'll say my favorite's definitely "I Try" by Macy Gray, and yeah, Paramore's coming at the bottom for me, boys. I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
Top of the list will be Misery Business. Bottom of the list, that fucking theatrical travesty.
Ben Platt. Ben Platt's
Yeah.
at the bottom of your list.
You will
I
be
knew it.
found.
Ben Platt's a fucking bottom.
He is gay. So.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Maybe he's a power bottom.
Oof.
Is
Either
that a
way.
band? I'm
I
pretty
don't
Is that a genre? Genre? Genre?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna do my rankings now because
What you got, Dick?
we went down a genre rabbit hole. So I'm gonna pull us out. Top of the list, I'm gonna have to agree with Jameson as Misery Business because I just think it's a really good song. But with a close second of I Try by Macy Gray because it's just good. And right down there at the bottom with Jameson again. No Ben Platt for me. No more.
So this is easy for me, and it's not just me buttering Nick up. The Docks is my favorite by
You
like
can't
a
pick
lot.
that one. That's
Yeah, I can. I can.
That's a promoted track.
It's a hidden
Oh,
track.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
You can't pick the advertisements, you corporate shill.
I'm a corporate shill. I'm a string light shill. I don't fucking care. I'll admit it.
String like chill.
It was the best song on the list, objectively. It has nothing to do with you, so don't fucking feel all good about it.
I feel great.
Good. Absolute least favorite was Teenage Dirtbag. Holy shit.
Right at the top of the list.
I actually, if I'm not being a corporate shill, I would actually say, even though I don't love the song, or just the style of music, Misery Business was probably at the top.
What?
What a
Oh
turnaround.
shit!
It's a good song,
Whoa.
but it's just not my style. But
an
it's
upset.
it's still not as good as String Lights.
Dude, that's Trace. Dusty, what about you though? If you had to pick your tops on the and your least favorite on this list, what would you have to go with?
Least gonna be. I don't know. I don't have a least favorite. They're all good songs.
Yeah, fair enough. It is your playlist.
You know, they're all bangers.
Least favorite String Lights.
Piece of shit.
This song fucking sucks.
I was like
Leaves
listening
chat.
to it. I was saying earlier, I was at the gym and I listened through both these playlists and I got through mine last and the docs came on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? When did I put this on? And then I go, oh, because I heard the intro. I'm like, what? This doesn't sound familiar. And then I was like, all right.
I can't
Yeah,
do
man,
what you
I'm
can't see, Rudolph, you red-nosed piece of shit.
All right, well, you're not the only guilty one tonight, Dusty. So, Jameson,
Guilty as charged.
you better
About that,
get in the seat, man, because you got
I'm ready.
some interesting ones on here, man.
In that high chair.
So just starting off your playlist, Jameson, you dive us in with "A Country Boy Can Survive" by Hank Williams Jr.
Dude, I know that this song is not great, but I tell you what, anytime I'm doing anything remotely redneck, this song is the first thing I play and it gets me fucking pumped. I'm not gonna, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my upbringing, but if I'm going hunting, fishing, drinking cheap beer, making sausage, anything, this
These
fucking
are the
song.
redneck activities that pop into your head.
Yeah, and making moonshine with some of my coworkers. This song is gonna get fucking played.
Hell yeah, man. I'll say this, man. For some reason, I immediately thought like the captain of the ship in Firefly, man. Like this would be like his like secret jam. Like he played this in his like cabin by himself, just like get himself pumped up for something.
He's like, there's reavers on the hull of our ship. I'm gonna go in my hold. Listen to this song. Like make everything soundproof. None of the other crew can hear me doing this, but I'm just like, yeah.
I love it. He's like,
It's Nathan Fillion too, so this is entirely believable.
Yeah, it's 100%. I will say this, dude. Like, this got some cheese on it, and you can smell it from a mile away. But I definitely did not mind this song, though. It's got some like, weird twang with it, man. That I just kind of got into. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Dude. But that's just me. What about the rest of you guys? Dusty, what about you?
This type of country I appreciate. Just the older style before it got so commercialized and just bullshit. Where it's just singing about country shit.
Yeah, dude, there's some flow to this song, man. I can get into it, but yeah, just singing about some country shit.
Yeah, I mean, my family's from the South, so it, it hits there. They're all hunters and all that shit. Yeah.
Fair enough. Nick, what about you, man? You country?
I like it. It's Hank Williams Jr. So, I mean, once again, where's the guilt? I will say some of the points, like when he's singing like in his softer voice of the song, it really sounds like Rex Shamley singing.
Yeah, he's not a good singer.
He's really not.
Dude,
but it sounds like
call though.
Exactly like Rex's vocals on Breakfast in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's made its way onto the podcast.
I struggled with this song. It's a good song. I don't think there should be guilt, but I hear Rex. It's very odd.
The story that he tells of his friend getting stabbed in New York for $40 or whatever.
Wanting to spit some beech nut in that dude's eye. Dude, it's so fucking cheesy, but it's fucking awesome, and I'll fight anyone who says it's not.
Caleb, what do you say?
I'm taking my shirt off to fight with Jameson.
What?
There's about to be some redneck shit about to happen.
I mean,
take your pants off.
You're joining in.
Yeah. I'm fighting with you.
Okay.
No, never against you. Not like the first time we met.
Okay.
No,
all right.
no,
pants back on, everyone.
No, I'll take mine off.
I'm taking these pants off.
There's no guilt. Hank Williams Jr. is fantastic. I actually, when I first heard this song, I think my grandpa played it for me, and I remember like he would say all the stuff like, I can skin a buck, I can run a trot line, and I was like, I need to learn to do that shit. And you know what? I can, and I feel good about that. And I want to spit beech nut in someone's eye. This song's awesome. There's no guilt.
And then you're gonna shoot him with your old 45.
Fuck yeah, it's
I will say
fantastic.
this: spitting some beech nut in somebody's eye does sound like a major power move.
It does.
That's like an immediate, like, that person is immediately a bitch.
I will never reputationally recover from that.
There's no coming back. Even if it was not witnessed by anybody, the world would somehow know.
The world doesn't even have to. He knows.
Yeah,
I would imagine too that would sting like hell because beech nuts are full of tannins.
Dude, you walk with that shame. You feel that shame. You feel. Which brings us to the next track. Okay, so Jameson, you kind of can sympathize. I mean, you saw I had Fall Out Boy on one of my playlists, on my Guilty Pleasures playlist, but here we truly have Panic at the Disco. This would definitely be like their definitive fucking song that you picked, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I would say so. And I'm not a giant Panic at the Disco fan. Like, it's not like I have their whole discography. This one, like, we've gone through in the other playlist, like, I would consider this like a really formative song of that genre, as we've touched on. But this one holds a special place in my heart because I remember when this album came out, I was at the mall with my aunt. She was in town from Seattle, and I begged her to buy me this album. And I put it on my iPod, and all of my friends, like, the guys were all over. We were swimming in the pool in the summer, and somebody was going through my iPod and found Panic at the Disco on my iPod. And I just took like so much shit for weeks from all of you guys for having this album, to the point where I just had to lie and say, my aunt bought it for my birthday, and I didn't tell her to buy it for me, guys. So I just had to lie about it because you, like, Rex specifically gave me so much fucking shit. And anytime my iPod was, like, hooked up to a speaker, they would just turn it on just to laugh at me.
Okay, so let me go ahead and go first if you guys don't mind, because I remember that as you were telling it. I think I was the one who found it and started the ridicule, but of course, you know, Rex is gonna drive that shit home.
Oh yeah.
But as has happened in many the occasion, words are hard. I did not like this song back in that day, but it's really good. And Brandon Urie, he's a fucking amazing singer. It's a really like interesting, like kind of storytelling kind of song, but it's got. I'm surprised you like it so much because he's very like theatric, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, it could be a musical, this album, I think, but I enjoyed this song so much that I listened to the whole album and I was like, this is good. So I apologize for making fun of you.
Oh. Well, hey, I'll say this too, that in line with that, like I never got into Panic at the Disco back in the day. But this definitely has like some moments that kind of like you immediately kind of like get with like what they're doing. Like the vocal style is kind of interesting actually. I've never like followed up on anything really like related, so I haven't listened to that whole album. But I don't know. I guess I might maybe be interested to just like to enjoy, like ingest it just to see what it is. So I don't know, man.
Worth a shot.
Not opposed to this. I mean, like you said, Jameson, like, this is kind of one of those like bands that hits that like sort of staple of the genre from there. Dusty, what about you though, man?
I always remember riding to school, my sister driving me, and my sister was like, she thought she listened to punk music, but it was mostly like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Paramore, that stuff. So, but I always liked this song, and it was definitely always a guilty pleasure because it's so catchy, and just the narrative of it is like catchy. So I was probably also secretly listening to it back in the day. Or I mean, like when I go steal music from Troy's computer, like Troy had no shame. He didn't give a shit what people thought, which I always loved about him.
Dude, he
And
had
so, like,
so much
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm just gonna take this. I'll just add this on here, you know, this. And there was so many other just bands, like pop punk bands I added, and like, well, this is all catchy stuff. But yeah, I like this. I prefer the Alex Melton version. I write Sims, not Tractors.
Yeah, that's a great version as well.
But I always like, you know, I'm not listening to a ton of Panic at the Disco. I think another song of theirs is like 9 in the Afternoon or something like that. That was kind of popular at that time. So, but I always enjoyed them. I don't have shame anymore either. So whenever this kind of like Paramore will randomly pop up on just my daily mix, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna skip it.
Fair enough. Nick, what about you? Would you skip or would you indulge?
I like the song. It's pretty good. I mean, I didn't have my emo phase until I was like 26. So, like, this is one of those songs that I just didn't know about until pretty recently. I mean, in high school, I didn't listen to anything like this. I was too busy listening to like European symphonic power metal to have any fucking clue what was going on in the actual music scene.
Panic at the Disco just flew right by you.
I think I played in the actual music scene and still didn't know. But no, it's a great song. It is very like, I don't know. It's theatric. It's a little over the top in its arrangement, but it's a fun one. It's really cool, and there's so many good memes about it. So I like it. Alex Melton did it better.
I will say, Brendan Urie, the lead singer, has been on a podcast, Your Mom's House, which me and Caleb have touched on several times. And the guy's fucking hilarious, too. Seems like a really cool guy. But I like this song just specifically. This is why I bought the album, and I haven't really ever
listen to anything else.
anything else. Yeah, but yeah, I've always really dug this song.
Fair enough. Didn't they at one point in time they even had like some sort of crossover song with Fall Out Boy, I believe.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like I can't remember exactly what it was, but or maybe it was like a music video thing or something like that. But either way,
the Titans.
So that kind of brings us to like a different era of music. Which I'll say, kind of didn't like. I don't know. This one kind of surprised me a little bit, but New Order, Blue Monday. Like where'd this come from, Jameson?
Yeah, I feel like Nick and Caleb both touch on synthwave quite a bit, and like it's really not my genre of choice at all. But I don't know, something about this song, like I can always listen to this song and enjoy it, and it's really fucking long and really repetitive, but it just has an energy I like, and the chanting in it is like, I don't know, it's just a fucking good song.
Like this song, I feel like there's like parts of the song that like the Ghostbusters were busting ghosts to that we just didn't get to see on screen or something, you know. It was just like it's got this like weird like kind of funky energy, and I don't understand why I like it, but like I'm definitely down with this with Blue Monday.
Yeah. I feel like this could have been like an early, I think myself going to like a rave in Berlin in the 80s and this coming on and just enjoying the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I'm down with that scene. Nick, would you be at that rave in Berlin?
I absolutely would go to that because there's no way I'm going to miss that experience. That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Would you be in it for the Blue Monday?
Not really, no. You mentioned that synthwave is not something you generally listen to, and I think by picking this song, it really demonstrates that. This is one of the things that inspired. This is one of like the building blocks that created synthwave as it is today. Like some of my absolute favorite songs would not exist without New Order doing it first. But I don't like eating a cake by consuming a fucking bag of flour and 3 raw eggs. I don't want to listen to the building blocks of synthwave. I want to listen to actual good synthwave, and this is not really it.
That reminds me of there's
Charlie
like a challenge.
McDennis.
Yes, dude, Charlie McDennis. Yeah. Oh man, okay. I guess I can understand that logic. You're like, I like where it's at now. I don't want to fucking listen to where it started. But Dusty, what about you, man? Did you pop this on while you're like at the gym or something?
Oh yeah. Whenever I hear this song, I'm instantly transferred back to Vice City.
Ooh.
And I'm cruising the streets in Vice City, just that or Scarface is. I don't know if this song was in Scarface or not, but it's just a classic like that where it's
just that Vice vibe.
I'm like Tommy Vercetti fucking going on a mission, mow down some motherfuckers. But yeah, that or just Scarface and just I don't know. I always like this song. It's got a groove to it.
I just don't have a collar that's wide enough for me to like really be like cool, like and listen to this song, you know. But I'll try. I gotta find one day.
White
Caleb,
blazer,
what about you, man?
black collar.
Yeah, white blazer, gold chain, black collar. You in that
So,
scene, Caleb?
I kind of like half agree with Jameson and Nick. Like I do prefer like where synthwave and retro wave is at, but like this kind of new wave stuff is where it came from, and I do enjoy it. I like the chanting. I like chanting.
I like chanting.
Fucking chanting.
It is a little long. Like it definitely requires like a certain mood, I think, but it's definitely something I enjoyed. But like as far as that stuff goes, that genre, I've always been a Depeche Mode guy, so that was my thought. I was like, I wonder if Jameson likes Depeche Mode, because if he likes this, he'd probably get into that.
Maybe I'll give it a shot. I know of Depeche Mode,
Got it.
but I've never listened to a single one of their songs that I know of.
if you like this and like the next song, I won't give that away, but I think you would enjoy it. So yeah, I liked it.
Fair
New
enough.
Orders,
Well,
you got to pay homage to the OGs.
sometimes you just, sometimes you do. Sometimes you just gotta turn the other cheek or move away or something. I
Turn
guess.
the page.
I don't know. I mean, like, I understand that. I understand that, like, yeah. I can understand, like, it's maybe, like, it's just, like, is it, like, too simplistic or something, Nick? Is it just, like what about it kind of is just, like, ugh? Not
the
like,
lyrics,
ugh, but you know what I mean.
Primarily, it's the vocals because I really don't mind that really raw and unprocessed type of synthwave, kind of like what this was.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy's vocals were just not very good, and I think they really detracted from the rest. Because I just listened to the song again, and it's not as bad as I felt it was the first time. But that guy's voice really was just not adding anything beneficial to it.
Fair enough.
You guys like the chanting, so I don't know. Maybe it added something for you.
Maybe you felt that chant.
Maybe. Can we do breaking news on this segment? Because
Breaking news.
Because
Did
Alec
you
Baldwin
see-
just
yes.
shot someone.
What?
Yes.
What?
I saw that on Twitter as well.
Yeah, with a prop gun. He shot and killed the director of photography on a new movie.
Called
What? Shit.
Yep.
It's that was very Hitman contracts. That's actually a way to kill somebody.
Dude, that's
Where you
like,
switch
Okay,
out the
first-
guns.
Say who did that again, really quick. Who
Alec
just-
Baldwin.
Okay, I was thinking Alex Trebek for a second, and he's dead. So,
He's
But
back from
Somebody
the
else,
grave
Trebek.
for vengeance.
but wow, that's jarring.
dude,
Yeah,
that's
it was
nuts, man.
jarring.
It was a very strange headline to get at that exact moment.
Well,
Trying to think about a synthwave.
hopefully, Jack Donaghy's got a good lawyer, man.
Well, speaking of Alec Baldwin, I
No, that's
think that
fucking
leads
nuts,
us-
man. Like, that sucks. That property. Sorry, Caleb, what you got? What you got?
I was just gonna say, since we're talking about Alec Baldwin, that leads us just perfectly into our next song, "Small Town Boy" by
Oh my
Bronski Beat. Sorry.
What does that have to do with Alec Baldwin?
He's a small town
I
boy
didn't
if he
mean to-
wants
nothing.
to be. If he
It was a
wants.
poorly executed coup. I'm sorry, Joe.
He's a talented
You're good,
actor. He
man.
could play a small
like
town
it.
boy.
Not anymore. He killed someone.
No, dude. He's...
Oh shit!
Dude, okay. Small Town Boy. Who did this song? Bronski Beat. What year did this song come out? That's what I kept wondering. I kept meaning to like actually look at it, look at the information there. But this kind of like that New Order song, man. Like I'm not opposed to. You know, I'm just kind of like it's like if this played at that same rave at some point, like I'd be totally fine
fit,
with it.
yeah.
It would fit totally well. And like, yeah.
So this song I heard, I'm sure I had heard it before, but I don't know if you guys watched that show Euphoria on HBO.
Oh yeah,
And this,
classic.
yeah, it was a
I
great
love
show.
that show. Yeah.
Super intense and jarring
Fucked up,
show, but
jarring, yeah.
but this song plays in like a really like it ends an episode on a really dramatic fashion, and I was like, fuck, this song's pretty fucking cool. And so I've added it to my list. I've listened to it a bunch of times, and Amy constantly asks me, why the fuck are you listening to this song again? But I don't know, it's another one of those song like it's not something that I would typically like, but I dig this one.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm not opposed. Caleb, what are your thoughts on the Bronski Beat?
So I have the same question as you, Jared. Like I was like, is this old or is it like a newer, like, you know, is it
Yeah.
a rehash of that kind of vibe?
Just to be clear, I did look it up. It said 1984 this album came out.
Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
thought.
So with this hypothetical rave in Berlin that we're talking about, I feel like I want to go because if, let's say, it's Bronski Beat, New Order, and Depeche Mode, like it just, again, like, you know, it reminds me of that kind of stuff. And so I didn't find out until later in life, but this is like the kind of music my dad really like grew up on and listened to, and a little bit more punk, which is kind of weird. So it was like he's told me about these groups before.
He sat you down, gave you the Bronski Beat talk.
No, not
Is
exactly.
he like in a club in London, like the fucking Crack Fox or something?
No, it was more like Susie and the Banshees and what's it called? The Cure was big, and not Dio. Fuck. What's the one? They wore the weird hats. They whipped it good.
Devo.
Devo. Thank you. Yeah.
Have some respect.
I'm sorry. It reminds me of that stuff, and I like it. And again, I'm just gonna say, like, Jameson, check out Depeche Mode, because if you're digging this alley, then yeah, this is
All right.
Alley
Alley.
keeps going.
I'll throw it in the headphones tomorrow at work.
Yeah, I like Bronski Beat. I haven't really, I've heard of them, but I never really like listened to them. And when I'm in the mood for some '80s retro new wave shit, I'm gonna put them in the rotation.
Fair enough. Nick, what about you, man? You gonna lay into the Bronski?
No, not at all. But it's a good song. I will say I didn't like the vocals were hit and miss, but I could really nail down when it was gonna hit and when it was gonna miss, because it hits so hard in the chorus, like with those harmonies, that soft vocal pad that with the voice. Oh, it was so good. But then in the verse, he just ruins it. But like that those harmonies in the like his soft, like kind of falsetto, like pad type voice when he gets it with like the 2 or 3 part harmonies is just so pleasing to listen to, especially over those like kind of hard raw synth tones. It's a good song.
Dusty, when Jameson mentioned that the episode of that show, did you know exactly what he was talking about with that scene?
Yeah, I mean that show's very fucked up, but yeah.
Do you like this song?
Oh yeah, I enjoy this song. It kind of messed up the song a little bit for me when I had heard it in there, but I don't know. This is another song that just reminds me of fucking the 80s, just Vice City and all that shit. And just if we were having like a training montage for our heist, like if we're an 80s heist movie, then
Be a good candidate.
we could definitely groove to this song. Maybe a karate kid status I could get from this montage.
Oh yeah.
But it's a banger. It flows.
Hell yeah.
It flowed perfectly from the last song, I thought.
That
Totally.
did.
It's a good one too. Which makes the 3 kind of like a little bit of a different one.
Yeah, the
So, Life is
hard
Beautiful.
hard turn here.
Life is Beautiful by Lil Peep. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this cat dead?
He's dead. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I don't know very much about Lil Peep. Lil Peep. But Jameson, where'd this track come from?
So I expect everyone to probably hate this song, especially Caleb. But I don't fucking know why. Like, there's some of these SoundCloud emo rappers they call that for some reason I just super dig, and this song is really depressing. And but I don't know. Sometimes I get in that fucking mood and I just want to be sad boy, and I throw this on and it just hits all the right fucking chords, and I really like it. And I could have picked a couple different Little Peep songs, or what's XXX Tentacion is kind of in the same genre and also dead, but yeah, I don't know. I it's not something that I would ever pick for myself. Like, I would never think, yeah, you're gonna like this, but I fucking do.
Yeah. Caleb, was that the case for you?
Okay, I'm gonna amend a previous statement that I made when we were talking about Dusty's playlist. Pop punk is not my least favorite genre of music. This kind of stuff is. Well, it's one thing when it's about like being, a criminal and disrespecting women and selling drugs and whatnot. But when
Are
it's
you
just
talking
like
about the hood life?
no comment. But when it's about like sadness and all that, like I can get behind that a little more, because it's kind of more real and it's more honest. But just the style of music is just such a hard pass. Like it makes me sad because it's like, oh, like I bet this guy was a tortured individual for this or that reason, and he was using this music as an outlet, which makes me feel bad because it's like I fucking hate it, and that feels kind of rude or disrespectful to the dead. But
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't surprise me that these people are dead because
Well,
they're
how
really
do you-
fucking sad, and it makes me bummed that this is their legacy.
That's interesting. I mean, like it's that took a weird, interesting. I mean, I don't. Nick, what are your thoughts? I got to process what Caleb just said.
It's like you're in a video game and you get a dialogue option from an NPC, and they're just like,
Fucking
I don't have any
curveball,
more
dude.
voice lines right now. I really need to think about what you said.
It's all right.
Man.
Yeah.
No. I also didn't really like this song. I don't have strong feelings against it. It's just like I'm pretty sure I've heard it on TikTok a few hundred times and not paid any attention to it because it sounds like every other song like that. I don't know. It's not my genre. It's not my genre of music. So pass.
Yeah. Gil, what about you?
It's not for me. The only Lil Peep song I've heard is like this collaboration with like Fall Out Boy and it's a couple others. I forgot what it's called, but it's actually pretty catchy on that one. But I enjoy Sad Boy Season music and whatnot, which it is Sad Boy Season now. The fall is hit.
Is that what it is?
Once you hit 60 degrees, that's when Sad Boy Season starts.
Fuck yeah.
Posers.
But,
I'm a sad boy all year round.
Right. I'm a
But it
sad boy in the
was just-
summer.
Too depressing for me. It feels like he's like battling a heroin addiction or something crazy.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure
that's
he died of it. That's
Or some sort of
Xanax. Overdosed on
oh.
Xanax.
deep addiction issues
Like-
that he
Yeah.
couldn't get through.
well, he
Pretty
really
much.
illustrated his point to you very clearly then.
Yeah, like I'm definitely like, how do I say this? I think this like the beat that's behind it is fairly solid and it has some really good standout points. I don't like you guys have all talked about, like his lyrics are incredibly depressing, which I understand is like him as an artist.
Mhm.
That's what like they were presenting or whatever. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know, like I'm conflicted because it's like I like one element of it, but I'm really just like I don't know if I'm like sold on the vocal work, particularly because like his vocals are just really bland, like all throughout the whole song. Like the dynamic is just not necessarily there. So it's like so then you're forced to like kind of focus on the lyrics, and the lyrics are just like in like Jameson, I think you're kind of right where there's like a pocket where this hits when you're just fucking feeling that fucking moment that the lyrics would apply, you know what I mean, and like kind of hit. But yeah, I don't know,
think
man.
For me, it's I don't like this style of rap. Like I never liked Kid Cudi because I feel like his shit was similar to like this whispery rap shit.
Kid Cudi, I fuck with some Kid Cudi, man. Like,
Mhm.
Or maybe
Like-
I'm not thinking of the right rapper, but it's just this style where it's very auto-tuned and it's like has a ton of reverb and shit on it, and it's very quiet.
yeah, well, I mean, like, which one of you guys mentioned SoundCloud rappers? Because that's definitely like where this like starts from. It's like but anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's like I just think like it's a kind of like a genre like a subset of rap or like hip hop that like I wouldn't often listen to. The beat reminds me of what's his fucking name? The dude's been making beats online forever. Urban Nerd. Have you guys all listen to Urban Nerd beats?
No.
Just plug it into YouTube. You'll probably find some sort of like noise you can like do homework to or schoolwork or work around. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just sad, man, and it's a sad song.
I fully expected everyone to dislike this song, and I would say I probably like this isn't a song that I listen to often, but it, like you said, there's definitely a specific time where I can throw this on. It's almost like a comforting song.
Yeah. Hey, man. I feel it. But yeah, I mean, damn. What it's a good this playlist ended up being an interesting ride. Oh, jeez,
It's Nick again.
he's disappeared on us again.
He
Put his
knows.
invisibility cloak on again. But yeah, dude, like what a like coming off those two 80s songs right into that. Like I was like, whoa.
Yeah. It's definitely a different energy for sure.
Yeah. Oh man. What about let's go through Dusty. What would be like your best and worst of Jameson's list here?
I don't think the best would probably be Blue Monday, in my opinion, because it just transforms me back to playing Vice City and all the nostalgia of being a young teenager.
Took you
cruising
right
down
there.
the street. That or watching, like I said, watching Scarface. Felt a very Scarface song. I always enjoyed that movie. But yeah, I wasn't. Lil Peep was not for me. I'll just
Fair
leave it
enough.
at that.
What about you, Caleb? What's your tops and bottoms?
So I'm tempted to pick Hank Williams Jr. because it's a great song, but kind of within the same vein as it being, a guilty pleasure thing. That's too easy to pick. It's awesome, but I was like, really surprised and intrigued by Panic at the Disco. Like I thought that was kind of the one that really stood out to me. Overall, I really liked the playlist. But yeah, like it kind of gave me like a new view on their work, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't hate this anymore. I was just being a 15-year-old tool or whatever. But yeah, obviously, Little Peep, man. R.I.P. Little Peep, but your music is worse than those awful Easter marshmallow candies.
Peeps.
Didn't
I was
like
never.
it.
I didn't like those ever.
No one does.
No, correction. My dad does for some inexplicable fucking reason.
That's true. My girlfriend likes them. She
Damn.
can have them.
Oh my
Right.
God, two of them?
I don't even fucking know. Nick, what about you, man? What do you got for your top and bottom on Jameson's guilty pleasures list?
Top and bottom?
Yeah.
Top, I'm gonna have to put Hank Williams because I'm gonna have to say that's not a song I'd actually ever heard before, and I really enjoyed listening to it. For apparently my first time, and I'm probably gonna keep going back to that one on my own time.
Yeah.
Bottom,
On my own time.
bottom. Oh man, I'm probably gonna have to put Lil Peep down there.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the dead, but
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, shockingly, mine mirrors Nick. Like again, no disrespect to the dead, but I just the Lil Peep song hit me the least, but that Hank Williams song, man, like for some reason, like I kept digging back into that song. Like
Dude, I'm so happy because I feel like it should be in everyone's rotation. If you're doing anything country, that song should be a part of your life. It's
Like-
just that great.
this made me want to go do some sort of redneck shit. Like I haven't thought about that for fucking ever, man. I feel like it. Is Nick putting a boot on? Or is taking a boot off?
Taking a boot off.
That boy's getting redneck right now. On air.
Oh, is he throwing on the shit
on the-
kickers? Is he going
Yeah.
cowboy boots?
Throwing
Oh,
off
shit.
the shit.
Oh shit! Where's
Well,
the Spurs?
damn,
I got one shit kicker on. That's really all I have the energy to put on.
dude. Fair enough.
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, solid list though, man. Like I walked away with like a few new things though. Like I was having to figure out what my tops would be, and honestly, like Blue Monday and Small Town Boy were both really solid also. But yeah, dude. I don't know, man. These guilty, like I like the idea. We've talked about it before, but I like the idea of slapping together like 5 tracks of like guilty quote unquote pleasures, or whatever. But I think this is a fun like kind of like playlist exercise. Like, did you guys dig like going like doing this sort of thing, that just like the 5 track kind of slap together,
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Actually,
6 tracks if you include the docs on a couple?
I did like that part. I liked having two targets of criticism in one episode. That was kind of dynamic and exciting.
Yeah.
So you can just talk shit about 2 people's music taste instead of instead of just one.
Hammer it onto one person the entire.
Just spread that field of fire out a little bit.
We'll save that for guests. We'll save that.
Oh, yes. So we can eviscerate them.
I agree. It was nice to, like, not take music too seriously, which I am guilty of, but because, on the one hand, like when we did my playlist, sadly we lost half of it, and then I have to live with Jameson talking shit about my absolute favorite musical artist of all time. So
It will never end.
It's nice to
Oh god.
to get to hear like stuff that you guys maybe feel even slightly embarrassed about. And,
Well,
but at the same time, no guilt. Like, who cares? You like what you like.
it's
Cheers.
nice to hear. Like, I was trying to explain to Amy, like, I think we all, because of our connection to music as friends group, like, we all have a certain level of musical snobbery, and this is a very good exercise to kind of just set that aside and say, fuck it, I like this, and you guys are all gonna enjoy it too now.
Yeah, I agree. And
Some guilt.
after this round, we have the technically the last Old Heart Radio host kind of playlist with our Lucas coming on, which you guys have never met before, so that'll be a really interesting interaction. That'll be the next guest, and then shortly after that, we'll have an episode featuring, and this is a real person, dear hot dogs, Jasper St. Germain. All right, so we.
That reminds me of it. It's another story for another day as far as names go.
I don't know why in my head, but I've always called Jasper Jas Spartan in my head.
Jess Spartan.
I think he went by that on like MySpace or something.
Did
'Cause
he?
I
Okay.
remember Jas Spartan from something.
I'd call
So-
him just Spartan randomly too.
I don't know. I'm very much looking forward to what kind of weird music stuff he's going to bring to the table, because that dude has some diverse taste. He
I listened
really
through
digs
his.
for that
It wasn't-
stuff.
Wasn't too weird.
Oh, really? Oh, wait. Oh, we have the playlist. I haven't seen it yet.
They're in there.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go check it out.
In the meantime, we'll end this one. Well, Caleb, any final thoughts from you, my friend?
Sorry I had to run away. I had to pee worse than I ever have, maybe in my life.
Did it go all right?
Yeah, everything's great. I am sad that I missed what Jameson was saying, but I'll just have to listen to it when it comes out.
Sometimes you have to just let those profound moments happen, man.
But speaking of profound moments, and since you asked, put me on the spot. I'm probably parroting everything we've said already, but I just like the thing that was most illuminating about the guilty pleasures thing was like, as time's gone by, like I don't have any real guilt, and it doesn't seem like you guys do either about stuff you like.
Oh,
and
not at all.
we have such, the five of us have such different tastes in music with some overlap, and maybe like 15 years ago, we would have been like, oh, you're a douche because you like this, and now it's like, that seems so stupid. And it's just like, you know what, like, if it's like that, what is her name, Marie Kondo, if it brings you joy, keep it. If it doesn't, then whatever, get rid of it. But I found
Get
some
the
new
fuck outta
stuff. I found some shit that I'm gonna make fun of you guys for just because that's fun. But
Yeah. Well, and that's another one we got kind of like in the works there. I love the idea that Jameson presented of doing a round where we kind of like pick through, the playlist and find like 10 tracks or so of like things that we didn't get. And Jameson, just to clarify,
Yeah.
were you thinking of like finding like the artist and then diving into them and then finding like a different track by that artist? to put on
That
the
was
playlist?
my thought. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I've found several artists from different playlists that I've really liked, and so I thought it'd be fun. So artists from other people's playlists, but no repeat tracks that have been covered before.
Yeah.
So safe
That's-
to say Kingdom's not going to be on your playlist.
It won't be.
Because it's
it
already
will
been
not.
on another playlist.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Sorry, Caleb. Sorry. But
should be missing out.
Well, you
That's
can't
it, yeah.
repeat it.
so we got a lot of good, like we got some good stuff cooking, man. We got some good like playlists coming up. So I would say hot dogs, keep checking. And keep listening, because I'm gonna do a better job, I promise, of posting the playlists online somewhere for you to follow. I guarantee you, like that guy in the suit commercials.
The Men's Warehouse guy.
Yeah, that guy. I guarantee
You're gonna like the way you look.
You're gonna like the way you look.
No free clout. Bleep the name of that clothing store out before you
yeah.
release this.
More
No
like
free
men's
clout.
Fuckhouse.
Good point. They owe us a nickel. They owe us
I think we should also probably, speaking of Jeremiah, and the reason you haven't been able to post things is we probably shouldn't name playlists after any kind of bodily injuries from now on. It seems to be bad luck.
the tooth cracker, man. Yeah. Still riding that one, that high, you know, that fuck.
I'm gonna name my next playlist the Penis Smasher.
No.
I'm going to name mine the Ejaculator.
Ugh.
You're welcome.
I'll name mine Peyronie's
Get it in your
disease.
ears. Oh my god. And with that, we'll leave it there. Does anybody have any final words? A word?
Mustard.
Perhaps? We got one.
Yes.
Mustard. Yes.
Aioli.
Ooh. Hey, holy. Dusty, what about you?
Queef.
Oh no. Mustard, gas, aioli, queef, stranger. Oh, good day. Good day.